The first week of preseason has started in the NHL, and the Florida Panthers have devastating news thrust upon them. We talk about it here. This is the Hockey Show.
ما في وقت للعب 9-1 كونتينيو يجي نار من استوديو نقني ولا لازم شو
With David Drorka, the hockey news, Ethan across the glass, and Rosie on vacation, or actually she's in Guatemala right now, going to a loved one's wedding. Congratulations to whoever that person is. My name is Roy Bellamy. This is the Hockey Show, and we got some bad news for Panthers fans out there.
Good news for everyone else.
Good news for all the rest of the 31 teams in this league.
Yeah.
Aleksander Barkov is getting surgery on his right knee. The injury that he sustained yesterday in practice, basically the first drill of practice. He went down in a non-contact injury and could not get back up. He had to be helped off the ice by two members of the Panthers staff. Could not put weight under his leg. It was a bad situation, and it's gotten worse because he's going to miss a significant chunk of time this season.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible news. It is. And it's the worst thing in sports, which is when you feel like your team's season is over before it even starts.
No, we are not going that far. No,
Guys,
no.
what are we doing? It's Aleksander Barkov. The Panthers are not winning anything of note if Aleksander Barkov is out for the entire season.
Damn it, Ethan.
That's it.
No. Okay, first of all,
All right, so
focus on the playoffs. Make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then we'll worry about that then.
Roy,
but we're not going to say that the season is over. That is a defeatist attitude.
Are the Panthers winning anything if Aleksander Barkov doesn't play this year at all in the regular season or the playoffs?
I'm not going to say no,
Yes.
but I'm definitely not going to say yes. But come on. That's a defeatist attitude that is being
I'm just saying
pessimistic.
that's what it.
You need to be a realist in this situation.
I'm not saying that's necessarily the case. That's what it feels like. It feels like your season ends before it even starts. It's the worst thing. It's like the Yankees this year when Garrett Cole went out and needed Tommy John surgery before the year even started. It's the worst thing. You lose your best player before the season even starts. It feels like, it doesn't mean it necessarily is because we don't know what Bill Zito's going to do. If they decide he's going to be out for all of the regular season and all of the playoffs, they can replace his $10 million salary in LTIR, and then we can let Bill Zito go and do his thing. So we don't know what they're going to do, but as a fan, that's what it feels like. It's a crushing blow before the season even starts.
All right, let's talk about new line combinations here. Obviously, Anton Lundell is going to end up going up to, most likely, center spot in the first line. Most likely. But also, Evan Rodriguez. Oh, boy, he's more important than ever now, huh? We were talking about him possibly getting traded, but now? No.
No, he's centering the third line as of today with Jesper Boquist and Matti Samostevich. That line that you mentioned, the Anton Lundell, Eetu Luosterainen, Brad Marchand line, is that your top line now? Based off the playoffs, it was. And then you've got
Rhino and second line.
Rhino and Verhaeghe being centered by Bennett.
I imagine that'll be the first line, if we're being honest.
So look, that roster that we just talked about, okay? Bennett, Verhaeghe, Reinhart, Lundell, Luosterainen, Marchand, Erod, Mackey, and who's the other winner?
Career.
No. Boquist.
Yeah.
That's not a Stanley Cup smack you in the face top nine, but that's a very solid top nine. If you compare that to a top nine with Sasha Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk, obviously lesser than. But just putting that grouping up against any other group in the NHL, that's a playoff team.
Yeah.
That can hurt you. As long as, and when you started off by saying the most important player out of the lineup, and I hesitated, the only thing that made me hesitate, if Sergei Bobrovsky is Sergei Bobrovsky, they'll be okay.
Let's be clear here. Also, they'll have options when Matthew Tkachuk comes back, right? So eventually, Matthew Tkachuk, we all expect he'll be back sometime around the Olympics, right? Which are in February. Hopefully, he'll be back before that, so the Panthers can feel some of that impact on their regular season. But if he comes back for the Olympics and then he returns to the team after, that'll be great. You have all kinds of options then because Sam Reinhart can play 1C. So Sam Reinhart is only a winger because he plays with Aleksander Barkov. But if you put Sam Reinhart on 1C, all of a sudden he can be flanked by, let's say, Matthew Tkachuk and Carter Verhaeghe. And then what you can do is you can drop Sam Bennett down to 2C and have him with maybe Mackey and Erod at 2C. You have the Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand line at 3C, and then you have all kinds of options on your fourth line, whether that be Jabo, Greer, Luke Cunnin.
Trade deadline
acquisition
to be named later.
Exactly. So the Panthers will have plenty of options, and they'll still be a very, very, very good team. It's just how high is their ceiling without Aleksander Barkov? It's a huge question mark.
I'm laughing because as you were saying that, the name that popped into my head of somebody that they could bring in.
Boy, oh boy.
I showed it to Roy and the look on his face. Who's a veteran player? That's not Sidney Crosby.
Oh,
that's not
I thought
Sidney
we were
Crosby.
cooking it up.
No,
I thought we were cooking it up.
Bear with me. Who's a veteran player who has, there's been
my face would have been a lot different.
Reported interest in Florida, not making a ton of money, offensive upside, and you're on the right path.
Older, is it not? It's not Kirill Kaprizov, is it?
No. Dude.
Are you crazy?
I don't know. I don't know. That would be fun.
They've got $20 million in cap space. Let's bring in Kaprizov.
I'm lost here.
Crosby.
Gino Malkin, dude. Malkin.
If Crosby's not, well, first of all, we all kind of assume that Malkin's going to play out the season up there, and if Crosby's not going anywhere, then Malkin's definitely not going anywhere. But
we
if
know
Malkin
Crosby
does go
wants
somewhere,
to stay. We know Crosby wants to. He's a Penguins guy that we know. Like he's made that clear. I don't know what Evgeny Malkin's thinking.
I mean, that would be an option. We're getting a little crazy here, but that's
we're getting a little crazy.
It's a crazy day, dude. The Panthers center is having surgery as we speak.
It's a crazy day. The best player on your team is probably going to be out for the entire
non-goalie
season.
On your team.
Speaking of goaltenders, you mentioned Bob, and also Daniil Tarasov. Really suitable backup for this team. I think
it's a positive transition there. I like it.
I have no choice in the matter.
You have lots of choices.
I have lots of choices. I could mention Tomas Nosek not being there, another true center. So the Panthers are thin center-rise, actual true centers.
Erod's playing center.
Yeah.
That's why you're going to see Sam Reinhart taking a lot of faceoffs.
A whole bunch of plug-and-play situations, man.
But yes, you are right. Daniil Tarasov was unbelievable. He's been great in practice, too. I think it was one of the first training camp practices where there was a bunch of fans there. I think it was last Saturday. But he made a couple of these ridiculous behind-the-back stick saves that had a training camp practice crowd making more noise and oohing and ahhing than I'd seen in years. So that was really cool. If he's the guy that he looks like he is, I mean, look, Bill Zito liked Tarasov a lot when they were in Columbus together years ago. Now they're back together. Tarasov's looking like the guy who got the whole connection with Bob idolizing his dad back in the day, and it's very cool. But I'll tell you what, man, if he is what he has appeared to be early on, that's going to go a long way towards mitigating these injury issues that we've been obsessing over for the last 10 minutes or whatever. I'm
drawing up the lines here, guys.
Coach Ethan.
So now, and I've got the folded paper too.
Oh, he's got a folded paper.
Hockey coach. I don't know. I just pulled the first paper I could find back there.
Herb Brooks over here.
Yeah, right.
1913-23.
Yeah.
25-9-17. That's 25 is now 11. Excuse me. Mackie Samoskevich, Sam Bennett,
you mentioned
Evan Rodriguez.
You mentioned 19. This is a playoff.
I'm saying
lineup?
this is when you get to the playoffs and you have everybody healthy.
All right.
27-15-63, of course. Lusterine, Lundell, and Marchand. And then same fourth line as last year: Greer, Nosek, and Boquist.
Yeah.
That's still a very formidable team. That's
right.
still a team that can absolutely get to the Eastern Conference Final.
We have to take into account that we've talked about ad nauseum, over the course of the life of the show, really, what an amazing job Bill Zito has done in building one of the deepest hockey teams that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. So this is where you for lack of a better term, you reap the fruits of that labor. Like,
this is stay ready so you don't have to get ready situation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and when all's going well, you're winning back-to-back Stanley Cups and everything is awesome. And when things aren't going well, you're still right there, which is kind of the point of it.
Oh boy! All right, so that was me being exasperated.
Well, that was
shit, not good.
No, it's not good, right? And you also can flip this middle six and have the Lundell line be the second line, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Sam Bennett, who just won the Conn Smythe Trophy as a 3C. Like, this team has options.
Well, that's the thing about the Panthers. Like, their top nine is so interchangeable. Like, it really, you could base, like, which line you think is the top line on the minutes. And that changes night to night depending on who they're matched up against. That's the luxury of what Bill Zito has done with this team.
Paul Maurice is basically going to look like Eric Spoelstra as far as starting lineup combinations is concerned. He's going to put these lines in a blender the entire season just to make up for the loss of Aleksander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk and Tomas Nosek. So that's the situation right now. The Panthers are in a bit of trouble. They are going to lose their first-line center, their captain, for a good bit this season. Hey, The Hockey Show has a new YouTube page. Please follow us there at The Hockey Show DLS. The Hockey Show DLS. That's on YouTube. We also have a TikTok, The Hockey Show 7, and on X, Instagram, and Threads at Hockey Show DLS. So we are on social media, and I'm sure Rose is very happy that I mentioned that right now.
We are everywhere.
So there was another significant injury that happened. This one happened in Dallas. The Stars lost their captain, Jamie Benn, who was diagnosed with a collapsed lung.
It's painful.
Yeah. That was during the Stars 3-2 overtime win against the Minnesota Wild. Benn skated off to the bench. After a shift, he took a hit in the third period, said he wasn't feeling right after taking that check, and lucky for him, it was a home game because you cannot fly with a collapsed lung.
No.
That would have been a disaster.
I have been in the hospital with a collapsed lung before. It is not fun. What for me was partial, so I didn't need a chest tube. Mm-hmm. If Jamie Benn needs a chest tube, that is a painful recovery. It's not a long recovery. Like, I don't think if that's what it is, like, you'll probably only miss like a couple months while that heals up, I think.
Yeah.
But that is not going to feel good. And what's going on with captains?
The captains will go down.
Like in the same day, we find out that two of the captains that would be contending captains to hoist the Stanley Cup are now out for extended periods of time.
There's a complete hole.
What's going on?
In Jamie Benn's lung. A hole. Well, just a straight up hole.
If you're an NHL captain today, are you like driving a little cautious to the rink, making sure the seatbelt's clicked on and looking both ways before you cross the parking lot, tying double knot? I don't know. Like, are you worried?
Well, if I was a New York Ranger, I'd be worried if I was going to be traded because that's what they usually do to their captains. They don't usually
captain
survive
scored a goal last night, actually.
The contract. Yeah. JT Miller, congratulations. You are now the captain of the New York Rangers. Watch your back.
He never played for Vancouver. That never happened.
I forget. It was like Rocky V, apparently.
I feel like he probably wants to pretend that's true.
So happy to be back in New York.
Where did the Stars go from? I mean, I they have cover, but
the Stars will be okay too. Like like the Panthers, they're not as obnoxiously deep. I think it's more of a little bit sneakier depth on Dallas, but they've got some really good players. Like, I think they'll be okay.
Things get tough here. I'm looking at their lines now they've got 3 lines, I would say. 4th line is kind of okay. Their defensive depth isn't my favorite in the entire league, but I know they'll be fine without Benn. I think they have plenty to cover it off, but certainly, it's going to be a big question for them how long he's going to be out for, because that doesn't sound very fun.
Don't sleep on Leon Bichel on that Stars blue line. He was really good last year. Just saying.
David, why are you angry?
You're going to do this to me, huh?
Yes, I am.
I'm angry because I sit on information too long. I'm angry because I'm overcautious as a journalist. You know this.
Yeah.
The Barkov news just came out as we record this. It's around 11:30 noon on Friday. I had this yesterday, but I held off. I wanted to be sure. I'm frustrated because you remember when the Winter Classic happened. I showed you I had that like a month before it was out.
Yeah, I had to sit on that too. I can't mention it here. You showed it to me like, hey, let's talk about it. Nope, we can't do it.
So Roy says I need to be less cautious and apologize later. That's the advice that Roy gave me, and I don't think he's that wrong. I think maybe I don't know. I feel like we're getting really personal on the Hockey Show right now, but yeah, I'm upset, man. Like,
yeah, the mood has been. I think everything is just like. You mentioned everything is just down. It's just like we're all just sad. Yeah. I can feel it in the air. Like this news is just crushing us. And we're doing some introspection here, Dave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how would you feel? Like I've worked my ass off to get to where I am and in my career. And now I have like legitimately good sources that feed me really good information. And I'm
going to be your therapist for a second.
Sit on it.
I'm going to be your therapist for a second.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Imagine you're on the couch. Lean back.
Boy. Jeremy over here. Look at this guy.
Let's see. Lean back here. All right. Lean him back.
Dave.
Hat down.
What scares you? Why?
Why
do you refuse to share the information when you have it? What are you afraid of? Look deep into your soul.
I'm afraid of it being wrong.
But you trust your sources, Dave.
And he's never been wrong before. I've never been fed bad information. I've
so
just
then
got this fear.
Trust your gut. Are you afraid of people getting mad at you?
I don't want Bill Zito to be mad at me.
Why would Bill Zito be mad at you?
Because he'll trade me.
For Geno Malkin.
Trade me.
Why would he be mad? What are you afraid of? Go deep into yourself.
Oh my dude! All right.
No, come
Go
on, dude.
deep into yourself.
All right.
You had to take it there. I'm just trying to.
course I
I'm
had to
trying
take
to
it
do
there.
some introspection here.
No, I
if you trust your what I'm
I think
what I'm
you
getting
guys
at
are
is
right.
if you trust your sources, you trust your information.
I do.
Go for
I
it.
very much do. I'm so fearful because it's been a long path to get to where I am, and I don't want to screw that up. I don't want to piss off the wrong people. But I guess that's part of the business, right, Roy?
Yeah, and listen, it's not like you're a part of some podunk radio station in the middle of the outskirts of Arkansas. I mean, you work for the Hockey News.
Yeah.
Like, this is a major
You work for the
publication.
hockey show as well, Dave. That's the biggest thing.
The fact that I've been able to
Side gig.
associate myself with so many things that have the word hockey attached to them makes me feel good. So that's a positive.
Well, some good news out of Las Vegas is the Mitch Marner era has begun for the Vegas Golden Knights. He played last night, got an assist on Jack Eichel's goal to make it 2-1. Utah was leading at the time, and the Golden Knights ended up winning 3-2 over the Utah Mammoth in that preseason game. So he's already made a valuable contribution to the team. Congratulations, Mitch Marner.
Trade money well spent.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good on you. Good on you.
I who were we talking to? I think it was Jeremy before the show. We're talking about Mitch Marner going away from the Leafs.
Yeah.
And basically we're saying, was Mitch Marner the problem in Toronto where he didn't perform in the playoffs, or was that just the Toronto problem because the whole team doesn't seem to perform in the playoffs?
Yes.
So we'll see. I don't know. Like, obviously, the people in Vegas are very confident that it's a Toronto problem and not a Mitch Marner problem. I tend to agree with that just because Mitch Marner's got so much talent. Maybe getting out of Toronto, getting out of that headspace, his home team, and all the pressure. Maybe Vegas will be better for him, but I don't know. I think Vegas is going to be a juggernaut this year.
I mean, considering that Mark Lazarus has had his credential revoked for asking a question about the Canada Five and their
man.
interest in Carter Hart.
Speaking of fear
Hold
as
on,
a journalist.
let me get my joke
No,
off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Before
What I was
going
going
to
to say is
that made me.
What I was going to say
legitimately
is he'll fit right in Vegas if reporters aren't allowed to ask the tough questions.
Yeah. Well, he'll be happy.
Did that piss? I mean, I don't know how much you guys know Laz. I listen to the athletic show, the athletic hockey show. Sometimes he does a great job. He's a great reporter.
awesome.
He asks all the important questions. For him to have his credential revoked for asking a simple question that I think a lot of fans have interest about,
that was
it's not a good look for the Vegas Golden
Bush
Knights.
League. It's not like it's unheard of. Like that. When I read that, I'm like, oh, that's been in situations like that before. But like, it's just it's a nice glimpse into, I guess, what journalists and media are aware of is that every team, every PR department is so different. You can have some that are just open and let you kind of do whatever, and you can have some that are much more tight and about what they want their players to talk about and not talk about. But that was, I mean, to go up to a guy and to ask him questions about a very topical thing, and then to have your credential revoked because you quote ambushed a player in the locker room, like. What is ambushed a play? I mean, approaching a guy in a media open locker room and asking him questions, like that whole thing, I did not like that at all.
Under zero circumstance should a journalist lose their credential because they asked a question about somebody who's not even on the team.
A completely fair question, by the way.
Now,
a completely fair question.
If the PR department asks these journalists not to bring this stuff up, and then they do it anyway, that's another story. But it does not sound like that happened here. So I don't know. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, that's completely inexcusable, and we're seeing a lot of that everywhere, outside of sports, inside of sports, of journalists just not being able to do their jobs, and that's just inexcusable.
We want you to report the news that we want you to report.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't need you to ask about why we're considering signing these 5 players. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I know as a show we probably all wanted to show our solidarity with Laz there. He's a great reporter.
Stand with
he
you,
does a great
Laz.
job. And
Yep.
I wanted to show we stand with you. So
By the way,
keep doing your thing, Laz. We love you.
There is another Jackeye in the NHL. Did you know that?
I do now.
Yeah. 2 Jackeyes on the same club, apparently, because Florian Jackeye got to play with his brother Arbor in the Canadiens' 4-2 win over the Flyers on Tuesday. In fact, both of the Jackeye brothers scored a goal in the game.
And one of them got in a fight, right?
Yeah, one of them got in the
Sounds
fight.
about right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. Jackeyes fight.
2 Jackeyes don't make it right.
Yeah, okay. Florian made it 2-0 in the first period, and Arbor made it 4-2 in the third with an empty net shorthanded goal. and the mom, Simona, was in attendance.
That was
for the
cool.
game.
I like that they show the mom.
Wait, I heard a great story about this on 32 Thoughts this morning. The mom works at a Costco in whichever part of Canada they live in, and the manager at the Costco told her, "What are you doing here? Go watch your sons play," and made her leave her job and go watch her sons play. So that was really, really cool.
Canada thing too.
Oh,
like,
the
I
most
love
Canada
that.
thing ever, dude.
I love that.
That's a hockey mom right there, man.
What's a hockey Costco? That's a hockey Costco manager. Like I love that.
It's a Canadian Costco. And that's what it is. Wins and fails of the week is presented by Jägermeister. Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister, damn. That's code for more. Visit Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. David, what's your win of the week?
My win of the week was from a preseason game in Dallas earlier this week. Somebody decided to show up ready to go. You got to stay ready to be ready.
Yeah, you gotta stay. You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what this man did. He showed up full goalie gear, sitting. He's like, the only thing missing is like a sign saying "E-Bud ready." I love this guy. It must have been a huge pain in the ass. So, because I'm sure he drove there. You got to get out of your car. You got to walk to the arena and all that gear. It's hot.
Yeah,
It's
hot.
not easy to move around in. No, and it's Dallas. It's August, September, whatever it is right now. September. So yeah, it's the end of September for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was awesome. Anytime you see a goalie dressed in full gear and he's not in between the pipes, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, good on him. Yeah, definitely an e-bug situation. Daniil Tarasov had a fantastic game in the Panthers 4-2 win over the Hurricanes on Wednesday. That was the last bit of good news that we got, Panthers related. But anyway, he had 47 saves on 49 shots, and he did it with style because take a look at his helmet here. For those of you listening on the podcast, audio-wise, Tarasov's helmet has what appears to be a robotic panther on a head with his mouth open.
It's like a Thundercats vibe a little bit there. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's similar to John Van Beesbrook's panther on his helmet, if you remember his helmet from the early '90s.
Not. That's
John
like the
Van-
most iconic Panthers thing. That's anyway.
Yeah, it's the
don't get me
most-
started. Beezer's helmet's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a badass helmet. It's a beautiful looking helmet. It looks like a robot panther.
Yeah, I like the whisker area too. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's probably made of metal.
That is a badass helmet.
Ethan, what's your win of the week?
Staying in the aesthetic department, we had another great alternate jersey drop this week. The Minnesota Wild, I believe they're honoring their 25th anniversary or celebrating their 25th anniversary this year. And they pulled out these absolute beauties of an alternate uniform. I love the numbers here, especially 97 is such a great hockey number. And Kaprizov looks awesome. But I really like the gold accents on this uniform. I think it's something they could look to incorporate more into their look. I'm personally a fan of the Wild's look. I know that some people aren't, especially the kind of fallback Minnesota, the faux back, excuse me, thank you. Minnesota North Star look that they go with. I have one of those jerseys for Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah,
and
you got the green one, right?
Yeah, the green and yellow one. But these are really, really good. Like, that's a much better look than they have going on now. I would roll with these full time if every team just went back to how they looked in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I think sports as a whole would just look better.
All right, quick question for you guys. When you look at that jersey, first goalie you think of?
Oh man, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh, come on, Dwayne Rollison, Manny Fernandez.
No, this
come on,
is out
guys.
of my hockey wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, you put me on the spot there.
Well,
man.
that's
I'm
what. Yeah,
getting
that's
old, dude. I'm usually better at that game.
I know you are. That's why I put you on the spot. You play the old man card.
I'm always going to play the old man card because it's true.
I went to Ilya Bryzgalov. Was he later in his career a Wild?
God, that is a fun goalie.
Can
I was
admit-
just talking about Bryzgalov with, I think maybe, was it Randy Moeller? Moeller, we need to have Randy Moeller on the show at some point. He was
love
telling
to
me
have Randy Moeller
some
on the show. Red
amazing
Deer.
goalie stories.
Yeah, we're going next week.
From back with his time with Buffalo. Like Grant Fuhr, Dominik Hasek stuff. Like, so
Oh, man.
we need to have Moles on the show for sure.
Him and Buffalo, that was
Early
that was
90s?
Alexander Mogilny.
John Muckler, I think, was the coach.
Alexander Mogilny was on that.
Yeah,
On that
like
team right there.
was it like the game that never ended against the Devils? I think it was like the 4 overtimes. or
Moeller
something?
was a Buffalo Sabre from 91 to 92, 92 to 93, and 93 to 94. So 91 to
Mogilny
94.
was on that team, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Pat LaFontaine was either on that team or he was on the Islanders at that point, I believe, if I'm remembering. See, I remember that shit. When you get to like mid 2000s Wild, I'm like, oh,
It's the goalie stuff that fails you.
yeah. Oh, by the way, I want to admit something. I'm not a fan of that those Wild jerseys.
Really?
Ooh.
I don't like the font. I mean, the font on the back.
Yeah.
It's just
Our friends on the
terrible.
What Chaos show don't love the Wild's branding, but I do. I think they have great colors. They've got a great logo.
You got to keep in
They have a
mind,
couple
though,
really good jerseys.
2 Bears are in this league because you
Yeah.
got the Bruins
Yeah,
and you got the Wild. So you
Yeah.
got 2 Bear mascots.
that's true.
So, yeah, they're kind of flooding the zone with Bears in this situation. But, yeah, that's the situation in Minnesota. They got themselves throwbacks now.
Isn't there something weird about the Wild logo that it doesn't look like?
If you look at the full body, it's like it's jarring to see it with the full body. Dave, we got to get to your fail of the week.
Okay, my fail of the week. So the San Jose Sharks decided to put up some new banners. They wanted to condense them. You know, like teams have done this when they get several banners. You know, the Miami Heat down here did it. The Panthers are gonna have to do it at some point, I'm sure. So the Sharks put up some new banners, but the problem is they put up fake news in their rafters. They decided to take credit for the President's Trophy in 2015-16 when
Hey,
they
that
finished
wasn't them.
third place in their division that year.
That wasn't them.
No, that was the Washington Capitals. That was the year that the Panthers won the Atlantic Division when the Yager year.
Oh,
Yeah.
The winning
Trocheck was
streak.
tripped year.
That was yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But how does that happen, Roy? Ethan?
There's so many layers for this to get through
Yeah.
for it to end up in the rafters.
Like it's not just like
crazy.
one person
Yeah.
sends like an email and then that's it. Like this has to go through like several sets of eyes. Like
And then it has to actually go up.
I've been waiting all week for the message that nope, they were just trolling us and ha ha ha, jokes on you guys. But no, I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know what they were thinking.
They did win the Prince of Wales Trophy that year, so maybe there was some kind of confusion. But they haven't won the President's Trophy since 2009.
No, I think maybe that was supposed to say Western Conference champions.
Maybe. That's what I'm
but-
thinking.
And that's
but
what the
there's been,
banner
like-
is there
yeah,
for.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
crazy.
what are you guys doing, San Jose? Whatever.
Yeah, well, they have since fixed that problem.
I would think so. No, just whatever. Just leave it up there. Yeah, who cares?
A potentially serious situation happened in the Ontario Hockey League. The London Knights played the Windsor Spitfires on Saturday, and the Spitfires scored late in the third period of their 4-1 win, and the crowd was celebrating. In fact, the fans were pounding the glass so hard that
Oh, my
it
God.
shattered, and the glass, all the shattered glass fell
Holy shit!
on Knights head coach Dale Hunter, and he ended up getting minor cuts from the plexiglass in his head.
He's so lucky that's only minor.
Yeah, so it was a bad situation. He got lucky. Oh man, it just shattered and fell all over him. It was a bad
It
situation.
was like showered in glass, like that. That's. Oof. Is he okay?
Yeah,
Have you guys ever seen that video from like a I don't even know what level hockey it is. It's like youth hockey, and a dad like breaks the glass, and somebody from the back with a heavy Minnesota accent yells, "Way to go, Paul!"
No.
That reminds me of this video. If you've never seen that, that's a good one.
Well,
it's something I reference in my life all the time.
You probably don't remember this, but Roy probably does. When
Yeah.
was it Ty Domi in Philly?
yeah. The fans,
The
it
fan
fell
came-
over. He fell over
The
the
glass
It didn't-
broke, the fan fell in the
didn't even
box, and
shatter.
Domi pummeled him.
Yeah, and
But-
there's a famous highlight of Trevor Linden checking one of a St. Louis Blues players into the glass, shattered over a fan. Yeah, that's pretty famous.
Bench fighting, by the way. Next time we have Billy Lindsay on, you got to talk to him about. He was involved in a very famous bench brawl in juniors. It's actually on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Ethan, what's your fail?
My fail of the week goes to, I'm not sure exactly who the player is on the Utah Mammoth, but they leveled a hit on Cale Makar and then got their ass beat by Gabriel Landeskog.
Yeah, that's the
not a
captain
good
right there, boy.
idea to mess with Cale Makar, and an even worse idea to mess with Gabriel Landeskog. You don't want to be hitting superstars like Cale Makar in the preseason. You're going to end up paying for it. This was almost my win of the week because it's so awesome that Gabe Landeskog was beating guys up in the preseason.
Yeah,
but
welcome
instead,
back.
we'll give it to whoever decided it was a good idea to mess with Gabe and Makar.
Sam Lipkin.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's a journalist right there, boys.
All right, for those of you who are watching on DraftKings Network, we have Jessica Blaylock. She is the Florida Panthers studio host for Script Sports. She's on as a guest, and she's going to be crying because of the news that happened with Aleksander Barkov. It's just a sad, sad situation down here in Florida, and I'm sure everybody's happy. Yeah. I mean, I've already seen comments of Maple Leafs fans and Oilers fans happy with this injury.
You know why,
you
Roy?
can kiss my ass.
Because they're losers. They don't know how to win like the Panthers know how to win.
Jessica Blaylock joins the hockey show next.